After taking a flight on Asiana's Boeing 767, I spent a couple of nights in beautiful Jeju, but it's now time to head back to Seoul on the world's busiest air route, but this time on Korean Air's low-cost subsidiary, Jin Air, on one of their Boeing 737-900s. So come along and see what it was like. Welcome to Jeju International Airport, which opened in 1968. It's the second busiest airport in South Korea, behind Seoul Incheon, and is actually operating above its capacity. Because of this, a new airport is going to be built, which was actually first announced in 2015. It will be located on the south of the island, rather than near Jeju City in the north. The completion date of the new airport has not yet been announced. Now inside the domestic terminal, it's time to check in. I did self-check-in, which once I changed to a kiosk more responsive, was pretty quick and easy. Business class on this flight was full, which I'm guessing I was told when asking about an upgrade. There was a separate line for business class, and the other lines were for just bag drop. We needed to wait and watch a TV for our luggage to pass by. By the way, the check-in agent was friendly enough. It was interesting to see a bunch of ticketing desks. Before security, there was restaurants and stuff in a section, as well as an observatory. For security, there was a separate passport and boarding pass scanner and stuff for foreigners. It only took me about 3 minutes to clear security, excluding the time it took me to put stuff away afterwards. There was some good views just after security. As mentioned earlier, the route connecting Seoul and Jeju, and vice versa, is the busiest commercial flight route in the world, with there currently being around 95 flights per day in each direction. And during holiday season, this number is likely higher, and there was more in the past. At the moment, on average, from the time the first flight departs to the last one, a flight takes off less than every 10 minutes, and at peak times they can be as often as basically every 3 minutes. A total of 8 airlines fly directly from Seoul Gimpo to Jeju, and in case you were wondering, there are no flights directly from Incheon to Jeju. Keep in mind, these numbers could change. Jin Air was founded in 2008 as a subsidiary of Korean Air. It commenced operations later that year, with the inaugural flight being from Seoul Gimpo to Jeju using a Boeing 737-800. I believe the Jin part of the airline's name comes from the company which owns it, the Hanjin Group. But Jin can mean precious or valuable in Korean. The butterfly in the airline's logo signifies that passengers can fly freely wherever they want. If you fly with them, you may notice the term Jini being used frequently. Jin Air currently only flies to destinations in Asia, with many regional destinations including in South Korea, but they do fly as far as Thailand. In the past, Jin Air has used its Boeing 777s to fly as far as Honolulu in Hawaii and Cairns in Australia, but those services have not returned since COVID. Airside at Jeju Airport was no super relaxing place. Ceilings were low and there were lots of people around, including at Gate 12. Which seemed to handle a fair amount of Jin Air flights, including ours. The flight ahead of ours was delayed slightly, which I think probably caused a bit of congestion. Boarding started a little late, and Gate 12 is a bus gate, which I did expect. Here's my ride to Seoul. This is Hotel Lima 7719, a 2003 built Boeing 737-9B5, which was delivered new to Korean Air. It flew for them for a while before eventually making its way to Jin Air at the end of 2021. This is a non-ER Boeing 737-900, which is quite a rare aircraft, as only 52 were delivered. Welcome on board a Jin Air Boeing 737-900, featuring 8 Jini biz seats in a 2-2 layout, followed by 180 economy class seats in a 3-3 layout. I believe this is still the cabin that Korean Air used when it operated this aircraft. My first impressions were the crew were pretty friendly. The cabin looked a little old, but still fresh in other ways. Well, the headrest cover looks good because it would have been redone with Jin Air titles rather than Korean Air. My seat for this flight will be 48A, a Jini standard seat. Now, let's take a quick look at the seat features. Legroom is very average. I thought it was 29 inches, maybe a little more, but online it says it's supposed to be 30 to 31 inches. There's a seat back pocket which contains some literature, and in the other part of it you can store your personal items, I guess. There's a cup holder which is on the back of the tray table, which once put down seems to be in a fixed position. There's an audio entertainment system installed, though I'm not sure if it was working, but the audio port for it is on the end of the armrest. The recline seemed solid, and the cushioning was thick, so quite comfy.
We will be departing shortly. Please stow your carry-on items, including laptops, in the overhead bins or under the seat in front of you.
There was no proper headrest, but the seat was curved a bit. I felt that the seat was quite upright. Considering everything, I didn't think boarding took too long.
잠시 후 출입문되겠습니다. Dear passengers, this is Jin Air Flight 502 bound for Seoul.
Jeju Airport seemed busy at this time.
플라이베럴 플라이 진에어에 탑승하신 손님 여러분 안녕하세요. 저희 지니들은 여러분의 탑승을 진심으로 환영합니다. 이 비행기는 서울까지 가는 진에어 502편이며 대한항공과 공동 운항하고 있습니다. 그리고 등받이와 발 받침대, 테이블을 제자리로 해주세요. 또한 휴대용 전자기기는 비행기 모드로 변경해 주시고. Good morning everyone, welcome aboard Jin Air. This is flight 502 bound for Seoul, code sharing with Korean Air. Today we were delayed due to aircraft connection. We thank you for your kind understanding. Our flight time to Seoul today will be 50 minutes after takeoff. Also, please set your electronic devices in airplane mode. Thank you. 기분이 좋아요. 여행은 지네요.
We'll now show you the safety features of this aircraft. 힘껏 불어주십시오.
There was no pushback today, as we started up on stand and taxied straight out, almost 20 minutes behind schedule.
Please refer to the safety information card in your seat pocket. 아울러 휴대용 전자기기 및 배터리가 압착될 경우 화재의 위험이 있으니 주의해 주시고, 토건 및 기내에서 승무원의 업무를 방해하는 행위.
Also, anyone who operates the emergency door without permission will be punished by some security laws. 감사합니다.
By the way, if you're enjoying this video so far, and you enjoy the content I put out on my channel, please consider liking and subscribing. It would seriously help out me and the channel so much, and will help my videos to be shown to more people. But if you don't want to, that's completely okay. It's now time for takeoff on runway 25.
손님 여러분, 우리 비행기는 이제 이륙하겠습니다. 여러분의 안전을 위해 좌석 벨트를 다시 한번 확인해 주십시오. Thank you for waiting, everyone. We're now ready for takeoff. Please make sure that your seatbelt is securely fastened.
Here's a quick look at the Jini store, magazine, or whatever you want to call it. I thought it seemed like the shopping in there was for home delivery, and they actually said that you can't order any food or drink on this flight, but they do serve water for free upon request. It was a little on the warmer side on board, but not too bad, for me at least. During climb, there was a decent amount of turbulence. It's now time for a quick lavatory review. It was a pretty standard size for a narrow body, maybe slightly above average for a 737-NG. Though not quite as impressively as Asiana, but I did think that the plane seemed well maintained. As we descend into Seoul, already, please allow me to summarize my flight with Jin Air. Check-in in Jeju was good, but not super smooth and easy. The boarding area was busy, but once it started, there wasn't any real problems with the bus boarding. The seat was comfy, but legroom was very average. However, it is a low-cost carrier and a short flight, so it's perfectly fine. The cabin crew seemed really friendly from the few interactions I had with them. As much as a buy-on-board service would have been nice, I understand why there wasn't. And I do really appreciate the free water. Overall, I had a great flight with Jin Air. It was a no-frills experience, with nothing super impressive. So for a short, domestic, low-cost airline flight, I can't really complain, and I would fly with them again on another domestic flight. We'll soon pull into the gate in Seoul, about 18 minutes late. But for now, enjoy the rest of the approach and landing into Seoul Gimpo International Airport's runway 14 right.
여러분의 안전을 위해 비행기가 완전히 멈춘 후 고맙습니다. 안녕히 가세요. Dear passengers, we have landed at Gimpo International Airport. For your safety, please remain seated until the captain turns off the seatbelt sign. Thank you for choosing Jin Air, and we hope to see you again soon. 기분이 좋아요. 여행은 Jin Air.
By the way, am I the only one that thinks it looks weird not seeing a winglet on the Boeing 737-NG? I'd be interested to hear your thoughts in the comments. As we disembark, I'd like to thank you all so much for watching this video. I'd like to thank all of my incredible Patreons for helping to make these videos possible. Their support is truly so much appreciated, and I couldn't do what I do without them. Once again, I'd like to thank you all so much for watching. I hope you have an amazing day, and I look forward to hopefully seeing you in my next one next Saturday at 5 PM Melbourne time.